Hello and good morning. I just wanted to say a really big thank you for looking over my class today. Today is really simple. Essentially, yesterday students started this Nearpod that's at the very top of the modules for our class. The Nearpod is really long. It's about like 25 slides, and I had the previous substitute tell the students to take their time with it because it's a concept that's going to be really important for the future. So after looking at the data yesterday, I did notice that only about 25 students out of all of my students have actually completed this Nearpod, and all the rest of the students are about halfway through. So honestly, they should really mostly, for the most part, be taking the entire day to finish this Nearpod. And I will send you the PDF version of the Nearpod as well, just to make sure they fully understand it and that they're deep diving into the poem that I'm having them analyze within the Nearpod. So that's going to be independent. They're going to be doing that by themselves. They started it yesterday. It's a pretty simple Nearpod, honestly, and there's a lot of videos I embedded within the Nearpod that should make sense to them. So hopefully they'll be just fine to finish that by themselves. Now you will probably have some students that are like, Miss, or Mister, I'm done with the Nearpod, what should I do next? On Wednesdays we do an SIR question based on a book that they're independently reading. It's a book of their choice, and I would just have you encourage them to kind of finish that reading so that they're extra prepared for the question that they're going to have to answer on Wednesday. They don't know what that question is, but it's going to be related to whatever independent reading they're doing. So I would encourage you to just tell them to either read their book. If they say, oh, I don't have a book, they can either select a book from the physical books that are at the front of the classroom, or I would have you just encourage them to go ahead and find a book through the OCLS digital library. Now there's a link that's also included in the week 13 module under today's date that actually gives them information on how to do this. They technically already know how to do this, but there's more information here in case they're like, oh, well, I'm not sure how to do that. There's really no excuse for them not to have a book today. Alright, so I will send you the PDF version of the Nearpod in case you want to take a look at it, but again, this is something that students can do on their own. Honestly, they really can, and I try to make it so that there's no excuses for them not to complete the work. Again, thank you so much for watching over my class.